What's good, everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Smoking and Grilling with me, AB. This is gonna be so simple. I saw what you guys had liked about that last chicken video that I did. I got one for you. Today, I'm getting ready to show you how to make an easy, listen, this is just a creamy Cajun chicken. Let's get it. Okay, so you guys can look, it's not a whole lot of ingredients, right? So let's just go over them. And let me just say this right now so you guys can know this. Listen, the full ingredient list will be down in the description box below. Now, that being said, let's go over them. All right, this right here, you've been following me for a minute. You know I like to use that Creole Kick. And listen, I did say Cajun, right? So you want to have some type of Cajun / Creole seasoning. For me, I'm always use Creole Kick, right? By Sweet Smoky Joe's. Then we got to have a little flour. Because look, we're going to put this chicken, we're going to go ahead and cut it, put it in the pan. We got a little butter. Freshly grated, Parmesan. Garlic powder. Hey, listen, garlic powder, and we're gonna kick it up a little bit with this with these garlic cloves. And right now I'm still fascinated with this press. This does all the work. No more mincing and all of that. This is right here is the way to go. Now, right here, check this out. This is some chicken stock. And then we got heavy whipping cream, salt and pepper. Then I'm using branch and vine. This is the scallion infused olive oil. You know what I mean? So listen, I got this out here representing that, but I'm gonna actually pour outside of this bottle. If you guys haven't got none of this, you gotta get some. I'll put all of the information for all the products that I'm using for the ones that I think that you guys gotta have. For me, it's just branch and vine and it's Sweet Smoky Joe's. Hey, you gotta have it. And then here we got sun-dried tomatoes. Look at that. And I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna do it like this so you guys can see them. This right here, we kicking it up and raising up the flavor profiles, right? So listen, we got to start using recipes. And this is right here, I'm gonna say this is a must-have. Now, if you didn't have none of this, because a lot of people might not have this, in their repertoire, so I can say you can use like some adobo, like chipotle pepper, in adobo sauce. That works just as good too. Okay, so I just showed you guys the ingredients, right? Only thing I didn't show is this right here. I just pulled this out the refrigerator because I just, took them out the package, right? Look, I got 2 chicken breasts. I haven't even done any trimming on them or nothing like that. We're gonna cut them in half. I'm gonna show you that in just a second. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead and get these dry ingredients and keep it super simple. I'm gonna just start with the flour, right? We're gonna take the flour and we're gonna take our dry ingredients. And we're just gonna add about half of this in here, just like you see. A little bit more. That's it. That's the Creole Kick. Now, once we put that there, now I'm gonna go ahead and just take my whisk, just whisk this together. And it's a reason why I'm putting it on a plate. Super simple, super easy. You guys do it just like this, you'll be cooking in no time. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just add that to my plate. What I'm doing is I'm setting up a dredging station. Now, I'm gonna go ahead, let's look at this chicken. It's already been washed, you know what I mean? And I got it. Everybody don't wash them now or whatever, but when it comes to me, we're gonna go ahead and give it a wash. Now, chicken breast. Only way I can tell you guys, look at the thick, when you have a chicken breast in your hand, you can look at it and you can see there's a certain part about it that's super thick, right? So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna cut this off because I just want it to look good. You know what I mean? Do you need to cut this off? No. Now, we want to get this to be thin. Let's use our brain. Let me go ahead and trim some of this little fat off. We just want it to look as best as possible. So now, we want it to cook even, right? Obviously, it's a little thinner over here, right? Look at that. And then when you get right here, it's thicker. So that means it's gonna take more time to cook this to be thorough, and this part might be overcooked, right? So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna take it, we're just gonna figure out what is about half, and then we're just gonna give it a slice, just like you see here. You wanna be careful, you know what I mean? Hold your hand flat, make sure you don't have your fingers in the way. Just go ahead and just keep on cutting down this way. It does 2 things for you. Look, it gives you a thin piece. This other piece is just a little bit thicker, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off too. But I want you to imagine this, when we put this in the pan, now we got 3 pieces here. So I'm gonna set this off over to the side. Let me get this next one together. And then we're gonna go ahead and get everything dredged and starting to brown in the skillet. Okay, so we got these cut, right? So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take the chicken and we just finna dredge. We just wanna get some of this seasoning on here, right? We wanna shake it. Then we'll just let it sit up on there like that. So what I'm gonna do is, look, just take it, sprinkle a little bit of salt, maybe just a couple of little small pinches, right? Now I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of this pepper. I like to add it to my chicken, you know, right here. I could have put it in the flour, but this is just to like season the actual meat. And that little bit of salt right now is gonna wake up the flavors, you know what I mean, and just make it like super strong. You know what I mean? Not super strong, but it's just gonna make it where, I don't even know the words I wanna use for it, but it's not super strong. It just wakes up the flavor. We'll bring this back. And now we coat. Real easy, just like this. No need to pat down because we're not putting this in no grease. We're not trying to, you know, form that type of crust. We just want to put some brown on it, put a little bit of more flavor on it, cooking this flour, and then we move forward. Okay, you know, real simple. Don't want to bore you guys, you know what I mean? Coating chicken is just like super easy, right? So you see we got them here. Now, what I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up to a medium-high heat. Once this gets some heat in there, we're gonna go ahead and add our butter and our olive oil. Now look, I'm using Branch and Vine infused olive oil. I try not to even cook with regular olive oil anymore because I got so many and so many flavors, but anytime it's just calling for something and I wanna just raise it up just a little bit, I go with this either garlic or scallion, but today I'm going with scallion. So I'll put it here. Once this comes up to temp, we'll get this going, and then we're gonna move on. It's gonna move real fast from here. So go ahead and let your mouth start watering because it's getting ready to happen. So just wait. Now remember, look, I'm using an induction top. So it heats from the center. Look, and by being a cast iron, it's got to heat the center and then travel all the way out. So a lot of times I put my hand here to see where we at, or I do like this, and I can feel, hey, it's on its way. So good enough for me to start. I'm gonna go ahead and take my my scallion infused olive oil. Just put in about a teaspoon. Oh, that's good right there. Set that off to the side. Now we're gonna add our butter. Once this is completely melted, we already got the chicken coated, then we're gonna go ahead and brown. We just wanna brown probably for about 4 or 5 minutes on each side just to get a little bit of that color. When we take them out, we'll set them all to the side, and then we're gonna start building some more flavors for that soap, almost like a gravy. Okay, take a look at this right here. Look at the color right there. Oh, that's what we're looking for. Look, remember, this is under a medium-high heat. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this one because it was in the center. Remember, the heating element on an induction top is right here in the center. I'm gonna take this and move this to the outside and let it cook this way. Now we're gonna let it go for another 4 minutes. Okay, now here's the thing. You gotta get yourself another plate. And I got it. Today, I'm showing out by using my real plates, right? But you know I like to use them paper plates. So let's take these out. Let's look at this. Ah, look at that. You see that? We'll just take them. We'll just put them right here. Now I didn't reduce no fire, nothing like that. I still got it going. Pan nice and hot. Got a whole lot of flavor, right? Look at that. So I'm gonna set that there. Now, let's go ahead and mince a little bit of this garlic. You know, when you mince it in one of these press like this, oh man, you want to talk about being aromatic. Real nice. Now don't forget, I got to keep saying it, I'm using an induction top, so I'm going to keep everything towards the edge, just for now. Now, you see I got sun-dried tomatoes. It's up to you. You guys can cut them down. I'm going to go ahead and leave them big, you know, this size. I'm just going to go ahead and add them just like this. Now they came in an olive oil already, right? So we're just going to move this around, cook this, get them warmed up and loosened up just for a second. Now I'm gonna go ahead and reduce this down to a medium, medium heat. All right, now, remember we had a little chicken broth. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of this in. Now what I did was I had reduced it for a hot second, and now I just raised it back up to 375 degrees, which is just nothing but a medium-high heat, right? So now that this is going, we wanna go ahead and add our cream. Now, we take our cream, we're gonna just stir this in. Now, don't forget we had a little bit of that Creole Kick left, right? Because we just separated it, used half at one stage, now we're gonna use the other half. Now, before I add my Creole Kick, I wanna see this come back up to a simmer. So we'll just wait a second. Now I'm using my flat side of my wooden spoon just to cut a couple of these in half, just so that they go a little further, that's all. So now I'll leave it alone. We'll let it simmer for about 30 seconds. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add the remainder of the Creole Kick. That's good enough right there. Let's go ahead and get this in here. Okay. After letting it simmer, you can see as you're still giving it a stir. You can see it starts to thicken up, right? So I'm gonna go ahead. We'll put this up. Now let's go ahead and start adding our chicken back in there, right? Just like you see. Let's get some of this over here. Some of these sun-dried tomatoes all over. I'm gonna take this and we're just gonna add a little bit just over the top, right? And we're gonna let it cook. And we're gonna let it cook for about 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna reduce it down. Probably let it cook for another 10 minutes just to make sure everything is thoroughly cooked. And then we're gonna go from there. Okay, you guys seen it. I'm gonna go ahead and take this piece right here. Let's just go ahead and put this on the top. Now you wanna think about what we're gonna serve this with. Man, you can serve this over some rice and it will be fire. So let me get this set up, you know what I mean? So I can go ahead and cut it and we finna eat this. Oh, I can tell you right now, just moving it around, touching it with the knife. Look how it's so tender. You know what I mean? When I touch, ooh-wee. Let me just cut me. I want a nice slice out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's it right there. Cheers, y'all. I'm gonna tell you guys why I'm laughing. I watch a lot of YouTube channels myself, and I see them when they go to do their taste test, they acting all crazy and all that. But this one right here make me want to jump up and click my heels. Now, if you've been watching me, you know what I'm thinking. What is this? It's fire. Now look, I'm sorry I did that to you. Look, I used every possible trick in the book to just go ahead and keep on eating. You want to talk about fire? This is the one right here. Hey, super easy to make, and I like these little one-pot meals. I don't know if you guys are gonna say it's a one-pot meal because we took the chicken out, put it on the plate, and then we went right back. But as far as I'm concerned, that's a one-pot meal, made super fast and super easy. Now, with that being said, that should be in your top 25 videos, right? Of like your favorite recipes. And the reason I say 25, because look, we done did so many, instead of saying top 3, top 4, top 5, top 10, we're gonna go to 25. Because listen, this channel right here brings that heat. Now, listen, if you're new to my channel, I want to take this time to say, hey, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. And I want you to tell everybody out there, there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And those of you guys who have been watching me for a minute, you know what I'm about to say. I'm out of here. Peace.